Welcome to the Wormhole, where keeping it real is expected. There are a couple million podcasts you could be tuned into, but you chose to take this journey with us, and for that, we thank you. Without further ado, the Wormhole with Tim and Troy.
Glenn Foster Jr. was placed in a police cruiser without incident. According to the sheriff's office, by the time he arrived at the Taylor Hardin Secure Medical Facility in Northport, a town only 29 miles to him from Reform, he was unresponsive. Man, that's roughly a ride from where me and you stay.
In police custody, my nigga. He's a D lineman in the NFL. You know how many motherfuckers it took to get him down?
Well, Tim, you making it seem like he's using his D line size and ability. He's not, because once the police get you, you got to have in your mind whether you're going to immediately go at a full-fledged defense or full-fledged offense, whichever one, because they're going to put the cuffs on you.
Bruh.
They're going to demand that you halt, stop with guns on you, because you can be big as you want. You got 4 or 5 guns pointed at you, there's nothing you can do.
But at the same time, man, we don't know the full story. But a motherfucker like that, that's a motherfucking gladiator, a specimen of a man. He might look like he out of shape, but he will fucking come here and tear a house down. So for you to kill him in police custody, he complied for you to let you chain him behind his back.
And that's my point. He did comply. So that takes away the fact that he could be Superman at that point. I mean, once you comply, you're at the mercy.
So he was choked out.
We don't know. We
don't know.
We're gonna find out.
I mean, we got to find out. But I'm just saying though. But I mean, because especially NFL players, and they were talking about he died in police custody. Like if that nigga really lost his mind, I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't a cop in this motherfucking world. Fuck Die Hard. Fuck Judge Dredd. Fuck all that shit. Them motherfuckers that play football, you can get 3 of your best cops. He can't fuck with him.
5 of them. I'll give you 5 or 6. Matter of fact, I'm giving you about 6 or 7 cops. Can't do nothing with that.
Can't do nothing with that man.
He gonna sleep the first 2 or 3 off done.
They can sleep ain't the word, man. He putting people through the goddamn wall. They going through the wall.
No punches thrown.
No punches thrown. He's chunking it. To him, you are a mere motherfucker mortal. That nigga Superman. You don't realize, man.
I really want to know, how did he die? Was he cuffed?
They ain't gonna never tell you that, Troy.
Did they do it before he got cuffed?
They ain't gonna never tell you that, Troy.
I mean, they gotta give us something. That has to be in public record. Did he get shot? Did he die in the jail cell? Did he die in the squad car? Because that way we'll know if he had cuffs on or not.
Yeah. He was really out of his fucking mind. You would have to shoot him before taking him.
And I would think that if he got shot, that it would say that openly.
But they said he was in custody. It was like, nigga, like, no. Man, them motherfuckers, man, them ain't regular people, bro. They not regular people. He probably complied, and then they got him into it, and then something happened.
And see, why in Sam Hell are we just excusing the fact that people are able to kill human beings? Regardless of the case, they have this man in custody. That's a part of their job. And I mean, you work at McDonald's, you can fuck up enough hamburgers, you can be late enough at work enough times, or you can not take out the trash and you can get fired for those offenses. These cops or whomever they were, because we don't know the whole story, we're searching it right now as we speak, but they got away with allowing whatever the circumstance was to make a life vanish. He's no longer here with us. He was on their watch. In some kind of way, this man is deceased. I don't get it.
I don't understand either, man. I mean, it happens a lot. Like, I mean, it shouldn't happen at all. But you ask questions when it comes to, especially like people like that. That is not a regular man. So if you got him into custody, how the fuck did you kill him?
And why at that point?
And why?
Because to comply means that you're giving up.
You gave up.
You're giving up.
Give up.
You're giving up all thoughts of even doing anything. Mm-hmm. You're complying. So your facial expressions is not even your body language, nor your facial expressions is of one that you're about to defend yourself or go on offense. You're complying. You're done. Hands behind.
I'm done.
Still handcuffs on.
Yeah.
Can't break them.
No.
This ain't the movies.
No, it ain't the movies. So much to where the point was, if it was a goddamn struggle, he wasn't going. Like I said, again, we don't know. We just speculate.
I would really love to know more about this. It really doesn't matter, because I feel strongly about, had he been destructive, sleeping cops and all that, I think the story would have quickly read that he was shot, gunned down because he was refusing arrest.
But if he was refusing arrest, it ain't no in police custody. He was in the street. Because if you refuse an arrest, a motherfucker at that level playing that kind of game, that's gladiator shit. Like, man, hand to hand, you can't fuck with it. There's nothing you can do. But if they say he died in police custody, he went to that establishment. He went to that brick and mortar place. He walked through them doors. That's what you say in police custody. Now, Lord have mercy, he had a heart attack or something. We don't know. But as far as like physically, oh, no. Because like when it come down to physicality, they just shot that nigga when they pulled up.
The reason I think it's fishy, I think it's foul play. If he would have died from natural causes, having a heart attack, or had he died because they had to shoot him because he threw the first punch or he tried to run.
Why the fuck you gonna shoot somebody ain't got no gun?
If either one of those things had happened, they would have spent this and made the cops seem like they were innocent by saying he died of a heart attack or he took a swing at us. None of these things are said. So this further lets me know that there's some type of bullshit going on. It's a cover-up.
It's always bullshit.
It's always bullshit, but this is absolutely bullshit.
Absolutely bullshit. From what we see. From what we see right now, it's absolutely bullshit. I'm not trying to bring up the past, the George Floyd shit.
You got to.
You know what I'm talking about? So like, man, he had underlying conditions. That man was a bigger man than the man that was trying to take him down. Like, man, no, you did that shit. You got him in cuffs. He complied, got him in cuffs. But shit, George Floyd he's a man. He's a regular man. We talking about an NFL player, a defensive. Make sure I'm correct. Is it defensive line? Anything you do on defense, them motherfuckers aggressive as fuck.
Yeah, I think it's defensive lineman.
Anything you do on defensive line, it don't get no raunchier than that. Them motherfuckers is nasty. A regular man can't just walk up to him and be like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to? They'll rip you in two. Can't nobody do it. But anyway, man, you know, I hate it for the young brother, man. I hope they get justice and all that, you know. And look, 74, that's offense.
Yeah, 74 is offense.
That's offense.
That's even worse.
That's worse because his hands is amazing.
Because he probably about 380.
Man, 380 with the shit though.
There's no way that man did not comply and gave himself up. There's no reason he should be dead right now.
Yeah, but you know, the goddamn news ain't gonna tell you everything. That's why it's called the news. That's why I say it should be to the point now. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother is to the point where she watches the news all the time, and I'm like, but man, you taking everything at face value. These folks tell you, but they want you to know them give you the truth. You know, so. But anyway, man, on the other issues, man, talk about old 80s and 90s.
This TM boy.
Hero.
This TM boy.
A hero. You know, all of us who like Kung Fu and karate.
Americans doing Kung Fu with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the last samurai was a white boy. You know what I'm talking about?
We're talking about the great white people doing this Kung Fu now.
Shit, Steven Seagal, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm.
That boy Steven.
Yes, yeah.
So what's happening? Steven is being called out by the media. More specifically, this Michael Gordon guy says the truth about Steven Seagal's martial arts abilities. He feels like Steven is an absolute 100% fraud. Ain't never been, even when he was in his prime, he wasn't doing nothing.
I'm gonna tell you this. The kid in me want to say, stop talking about that man. That's the greatest martial artist I ever seen. But the grown man in me, no good goddamn well, half the shit he was doing would have got my ass kicked.
There he is right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he still got the nerve to come out here looking like a fry cook at the Waffle House and then be up there doing all these fast hand movements and these motherfuckers complying with the hits he giving. He can't dismount nobody by no means at all. Because you goddamn hit Steven Seagal in the belly, goddamn, he lied to piss.
Steven Seagal lightweight like a little vampire though. Like the vampire that was in, it can't be Brooklyn because that was a black vampire. That was Eddie Murphy. Man. Steven Seagal is the vampire of Jersey.
Man, that nigga got so much dye in his goddamn hair and beard. Everybody knows Steven Seagal's supposed to be ice white.
Ice white.
He ice white right now. Like, how in the fuck? Steven Seagal probably can't tell you last time he seen his dick. Like, goddamn, man. And then you up here, you just a kung fu master. Now, I dig this goddamn regalia. He always wear the good shit, but he always got that same old stand and all that slapping and shit. Man, you be the guy killed.
I guarantee you Steven Seagal has a full body heating pad. Steven Seagal using heating pads throughout the night.
Man, Steven Seagal. Hey, but he might not though. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Steven Seagal a monster.
You think so?
Nigga, that motherfucker kept bitches in the basement. We talked about this before.
That don't mean
he had them Korean women in the basement, man. He bought that business, boss.
Okay.
He liked the human trafficking shit. Y'all don't know if he was selling them hoes or not, but he kept them.
So wait a minute, then. If you gonna go to that extreme, you kind of making me believe he might be able to whoop a nigga ass for real.
Well,
because how do you get into the dope game or any type of game where there's going to be potential violence if you can't defend yourself?
Man, because some people rule by fucking fear. And it's the fear that they're not even capable of. It's just what you done told somebody once upon a time. And if you tell the right person the right thing, they gonna relay that message. They're like, hey man, especially if you're a reputable person as yourself, right? So if I be telling you how I handle motherfuckers in the street, they're like, man, don't fuck with Tim, man. That nigga do this. They're like, but Troy never lied to us. So that nigga for real. And I could be a bullshit motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? When I pull up with my shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I can leave my doors open and trunk popped and all that kind of shit, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with my shit because Troy said that nigga they ain't to be fucked with.
Ain't nobody fucking.
Ain't nobody fucking. That nigga said that, and I'm probably a pussy through in and through out.
So, do you think that this internet claim about his lack of martial arts skills, can he get ran up on right now?
He can get ran up on because I believe it.
So, do you think one of his bitches can kick him in his fucking knee and move?
But they ain't gonna do it though, man, because you know what? He fuck with the head before he fuck with the ass.
But I know they got phones, so I know they can see this fucking weapon.
If you fuck with the head, phones don't matter.
Phones don't matter.
You can leave a motherfucker. You can hold a bitch hostage, my nigga, and have a phone sitting there where she can clearly call her mama, her daddy, her grand, anybody. But shit, if that bitch know when you tell her and you don't put in the right kind of instruction and what happens when you do this and what happens when you do that, she ain't gonna do it no more. It ain't no difference between a child and an adult. Really, it ain't when you're fucking with their head. You can make a motherfucker that's 40 years old feel like they 5.
I believe that because it's crazy that we got to go back here, but I do believe that all those girls that was in R. Kelly's house, they had an opportunity at one point to use the phone. I don't think that he was so cold-blooded that they never got a chance to use the phone.
No, he wasn't that cold-blooded, man, because you know what? He was that cold-blooded, but it was cold-blooded to the point to where them parents had somebody to say, like, don't call us, you over there with him now. Because you know what? Just like, and what's love got to do with it? When she said, mama, he beating me, what did mama do? He's a good man.
That's old school mama. So that's that old school stuff.
It's prevalent today. Money's involved.
You're right.
When money is involved, things go on. It kills me to think that you would sell your offspring off just to make a better life because she really ain't getting no better life. This music career she was promised ain't gonna matter what for Hill or Bean. But that check you got up front for that motherfucker.
Because that's all it is up front. You never get that residual.
Never get the residual. So he probably told you, shit, I cut your check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she gonna be on tour with me for the next 3-4 years.
And she knows what it means.
And she know what that means.
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Come on.
People always say that people have morals. If you can wordly get a person in and out of a situation smooth, they'll agree. And you know those parents knew that they was technically selling their kids off, but because it wasn't selling their kids off, I think they were okay with doing it.
Well, because if you word things a certain kind of way, they feel like they ain't doing wrong.
They feel like they ain't doing wrong. But what pisses me off about people is you know that you're doing wrong. That's the problem I have. I like that inner shit. Everybody's got it. Every single person got that inner shit. Should I or shouldn't I? And these parents of R. Kelly's people, fucking Larry Nassar, all these parents knew what was going on deep down inside. I refuse to believe they wouldn't. I'm serious. They knew it.
Now that Larry Nassar shit was just a bit much.
It's too many of them. Hundreds of these girls.
Man.
How many people knew? Man, these parents they had something going on too. And I feel like they felt like in their mind, from what we're benefiting, you'll be okay. You'll grow out of this.
And they only look at it like that because you know what? I'm willing to give you up for this small amount of time because we behind on our bills.
Behind on our bills.
And this man has covered everything. All he wants is you. And he might tell you, I ain't gonna touch you. I ain't gonna do this. But the minute he do touch her, and then she called me like, but he be touching me at night. Baby, just stick it out.
Because he's working the parents the whole time. Before he even start touching them, he already working the parents.
It's grooming.
He already working them prior to.
Right.
Letting him know that certain things are about to start happening, but not in so many words.
Not in so many words. I'm not gonna come get your daughter. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this $3 million. You know what I'm saying? So over time, over 5-6 years, you're gonna get like $3 million. But the whole time I'm gonna be fucking your daughter. So is that cool? They ain't gonna say that. They're not gonna say it like that. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna make sure she in front of the right people. I'm gonna make sure she gets a good look. I'm gonna make sure she opens for me.
I'm gonna keep her by me.
I'm gonna keep her close by me. So she's gonna be tutelage. That they call it mentoring.
Tutelage.
Right. You know, they do all that shit. And then when you use certain words with certain people, like, okay, well, it's worth it.
And even if they don't know what the word means, they would say he said tutelage. So that must means that he is for us.
He about his business.
He's about his business.
He about his business. But you know what? Shit, the Grinch about his business too, and he stole Christmas.
Got their mind so cold-blooded, they'll probably say some shit like, we don't need no fence out here. We got the gun line, boss.
Got the gun line, boss.
We don't need no fence up.
No.
They ain't going nowhere.
But you need to have a fence up the whole time. Because you know what? The root of all evil is money.
Period.
Everybody got a fucking number.
And just like we was talking about earlier, if people would alleviate this whole love thing, and I mean, we could scrape some fat off of it. I'm not saying get rid of love altogether, but there's a large aspect of love that we can shave the fat off of because nobody's using it. It's really extinct. It's like newspapers. You can still get one, but you really don't want it because you're just going to flip through it and you wasted all this fucking effort that somebody put together this newspaper. You're going to read some and you may or may not recycle it. If you don't recycle it, you just ain't doing shit for the earth no fucking way.
Right. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this about love. I think but they need to replace the word love with comfortability.
Comfortability.
That equates love. That's real shit. You make a motherfucker feel comfortable.
That's what love is. Love you. Yeah.
If I could take a bitch off the street and show her this where we at right now.
Yeah.
They see this and they ain't never had shit in their life. They see this.
Yeah.
You ain't never got to worry about shit.
Yeah.
Now, what you got to worry about her is undermining your every move. So you got to watch her. But then you might get a diamond in the rough. They really needed that break, and she got here, and she queen bitch of the motherfucking South. Like, nigga, you know, ain't nobody coming up in here. It's my man, you know, but shit, that's rap.
But see, that's a chick that's come in appreciating what she got now. If you bring somebody in here, what you really got, the first thing you got to worry about is her catching up to where she is, realizing that what you have, she can climb there and get a little bit further. She'll start treating you like shit because she knows she got a way out.
She got a way out.
If she meet a nigga that's got a little more than you, she'll start talking to you like, nigga, I'm out of here.
Right. A little more than you. Because what you did was, it's called a leg up. You can have a motherfucker, right? Ain't been shit, but you got shit. So them 10, 12 years she wasted of her life to be somewhere, you just wiped all that away.
Yeah.
Because she's here now.
Yeah.
Everything that I wanted to do, I got it now. All I got to do is just act a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm using quotation marks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, right now.
Act a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
If you act a certain kind of way, you keep getting this, you keep getting that, you keep getting this, you keep getting that. When does it end? What we were talking about earlier, it ends when they want you gone.
One or two ways it's going to end. It's going to either end with her finding a way to get higher than you, or it's going to end with her getting old to you.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
How does she get higher than you? I want you to answer this. And if you're wrong, I'm going to correct you.
The way she gets higher than you is, it's disgusting, but you have to keep her isolated. Once she starts frolicking in the world and she starts seeing bigger than what you have, a woman can climb social classes so much faster than a man. A woman can see a man that has an Escalade. If you're driving a Ford, she can go jump in that Escalade with no problem. That man would not reject her. And if he mess around and shows her a better quality of life than you do, she can immediately jump out of your class and higher than you and never look back.
I feel what you're saying. A little bit longer in the tooth. She want to get on your level, have a baby.
A baby.
Have a baby. If you don't have anything and then somebody else has something, have a baby.
Of course.
If a woman don't have anything and this man got a lot of shit and you really want what he got, and he a young man at that ain't pretty much gonna die no time soon.
It don't matter how old he is once you have a baby.
It really don't. You have a baby.
Once you have a baby, you have not only have you equalized the playing field, you are above it. You are the playing field.
Everything goes to you now.
Because
all you did was lay on your back. Maybe we hope you sucked a little dick. We hope you did.
Probably not.
Probably not.
That first impromptu sex is like some hot and heavy, just go for it shit.
But that's why, man, I'm in the mindset like, you don't know where it's going, max out. Max out. Like shit.
Explain maxing out.
Max out like meaning like shit. If she ain't no blowjob woman, make her give you a blowjob. Don't make her, but insist.
So what do you mean by maxing out though? Do you mean maxing out by get what you can and get out, or just maxing out every possible opportunity that you would want? If
you feel like you fucking with a bitch, right? And you're like, okay, this is a one-time thing only, Go max out.
Hmm.
Like, nigga, I'm talking about do everything.
So ask or just go for it first.
I mean, no,
And
ain't
see
shit.
if she rejects it.
If she say no, then no.
Yeah.
You know, max out. And especially if you're a man of that stature, max out. Use a rubber.
Well, you know, I'm Bluebell homemade vanilla.
Oh my God, I know.
I am the most classic ice cream they got out there.
Oh man, but shit, man. Sometimes, man, you know, go on, get out there and get nasty sometime, man. Hey man, go ahead and get butt naked with her in the beginning. Because if you feel like, you know, I don't think I can maintain this motherfucker. So let me just go ahead and, you know, I'm about to just do my thing.
Oh, so you saying if you are dating higher than you're supposed to be dating,
oh yeah,
go ahead and get what you get out to do because you can't sustain it.
Hey man, it's one night only. Ain't that what Jennifer Hudson said?
Yeah.
One night only.
Mm-hmm.
It's one night only. It's one night only.
You can't sustain it.
It can't sustain it because I know this is my chance. Let me go ahead and max out. At least I know. So when I talk to her the next day, she's like, "Why are you calling me?" Well, it don't really matter, bitch, because I got what I need to get out of here.
I can get.
Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir. We get it all now. Shit. Now we equal.
Now we equal.
Now we equal. I done got you.
Because when I left, the game was over.
The game was over. I did everything.
When I get up and leave, the fans leave too.
Everybody leave too. All that shit.
Ain't nobody do nothing when I'm gone.
Nobody do nothing when I'm gone. That's it.
Now you can call another ball player if you want to.
You can.
I've had my bad.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm walking down the road whistling like a motherfucker. And hey, it's a sunny day, but I done put up the goddamn umbrella. Shit.
And I'm a high five the other player
coming. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. My man. My man. Hey, man, you better get on up in there, bro. I'm tell you what it's like now.
And that's the difference between a man and a woman. See, a man can do that. And that woman, if she called that other man, one of those men don't exist. The next time she talk about her sexual experiences and this day comes up, one of those men or either of them won't exist on her numbers. Her numbers won't reflect whichever one of those guys she don't like the most. She's not going to say, I had sex with 2 guys that night. When a couple years down the road, her and her homegirls having drinks and they having a party, she'll say, I had sex with this one guy. It was spur of the moment. But you're eliminated. She's erased you. Mm-hmm. So people think that's one number off. Women's numbers do not equal up to what really happened.
Nigga asks, what is an appropriate number, body count for a woman? And everybody putting their shit. You know, I put my shit up first. I said, shit, 8 to 10. You know, appropriate body count. Everybody else is like, shit, 25, 27, 50. Yeah, I'm like, nigga.
To clear it up, you said 8 to 10. This is when you're an adult and you've met a woman. She should only have about 8 to 10 by the time you're adults.
That I'm okay with. If I'm fucking with a woman and I call her my woman and she done fuck 50 fucking dudes.
At your age right now.
At my age right now,
I'm out.
You a prostitute.
I'm out.
I mean, you a prostitute. I'm gonna treat you as such. Yeah. I mean, my body count ain't that big, but it's just me. But man, a woman that told me she done clearly fuck with 50 dudes, like, man, our conversation don't need to be talking about what we eating tonight. Like, bitch, what block we finna eat?
Yeah, I don't think I could go forward because I could never think past that 50.
Like, how the fuck you get, like I know everybody have fun, everybody do things like that. And, when you're younger, and I'm finding that out now, when you're younger, it's a little bit hard to have sex when you're younger because everybody, for a dude, if you're not really comfortable in your skin, you don't know how to approach women.
Absolutely.
You don't know how to because you feel like you're awkward. You feel like you're weird. But then you see what they go for, the bitch you want to fuck. Yeah. You see what they go for, but like, I don't dress like that. I don't look like that. You don't know. But as I got older, like, shit, conversation rule the nation.
Yeah.
Just talk. All you got to do is talk. I did not know that. So yeah, now I do understand that now. But if a bitch got 50 motherfucking niggas up on her, like, goddamn, bitch, you better not ever be like, well, shit, I wish I just had just a little bit more money, then I can go ahead and get that. Mm-hmm. Bitch, you been laying on your back all these times. You could have been a millionaire, ho.
50 times?
50 times you been nailed?
50 of them would make me think all the time. If I was trying to be serious with her, seriously trying hard. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know who been with who all my life. My wife now might have 1,000. I'm sure she don't, and I'm sure she don't give a shit about me saying that. But if I found out right now she had 1,000, I'm cutting loose.
You got to.
It's been a whole decade. I'm gone.
Like 1,000, man. Like I said, we ain't going 1,000. We talking about 50, man. I can't, man. 1,000. I can see a man fucking 1,000 women, and I'm not trying to be double standard.
And that's just how it is.
That's how it is, though.
That's just how it goes.
That's how it goes. I mean, I can see a man fuck 1,000 bitches, but really 1,000 bitches for an average man is a fucking lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking pussy you done seen in your life. Because I mean, like, if you fuck 50 bitches, like, nigga, that's a lot. You really need to be, them the niggas need to go get tested.
I have a slippery high slope.
50?
I'm a little above 50.
No
but see,
shit.
I growing up, whenever I was separated from, or not separated, whenever I was growing up, I had girlfriends for a few years, and then I would be free for a few years. And I'm a really good first night stand guy.
Okay.
And I accumulated a bunch of sex being the wingman, because it's not like sex was really important to me. I wasn't the guy in the group or amongst the friends out looking for sex, but then I would always be the one that could break the ice. So I end up with the cooler chick, the more well-rounded girl.
Okay.
And a lot of times she wasn't the main one.
Okay.
She wasn't the lead singer.
Okay.
So I end up with a bunch of people. I don't remember their names. They probably don't remember me.
Wow. I like to count myself at about like 15.
No.
I count myself at 15.
Just for the record, though, I use condoms. I've always used condoms.
Man, who gives a fuck?
But that shit matters, because niggas, and see, and I don't know who do and who don't. But we was talking about these niggas a while back with these 9 kids and these 8 kids. I personally think that's irresponsible.
It's very responsible.
Because when you going in there naked head, when you going in,
here we go.
You do not know, because ain't nobody got nobody tested. We ain't seen shit. At that moment, you just want to fuck. You want to fuck and she want to fuck.
But at the same time, man, yeah, you want to fuck, she want to fuck, and the whole little shit you just gave.
Okay.
How many times have you just raw dogged the bitch? You know what I'm talking about? Just in the heat of the moment.
You're not going to believe me, but I hope you will. I've raw dogged a few times, only because they are my wives. I haven't done it outside of when I was single. I'm too afraid of that chance, them dice you roll.
You know what? If you the nigga I didn't know, I believe. I believe. But if you nigga I ain't know, I wouldn't believe that shit at all.
I'm just letting you know, like, too afraid of shit happening that don't have to happen. And that shit would make me wake up and I'd be like, what in Sam hell did I do for that few seconds? Because that's all it's going to be, is a few seconds the first time.
Well, not mine.
I'm a few seconds, nigga.
No, I ain't a few seconds. But I'm just saying, man, I have raw dog more women than probably I should have. But I thank God nothing's happened.
See, you are a very sexual guy. You love sex. Sex for me was just,
procreation.
It was just there. And even when I was not procreating, when I was just out and about, it was just something. It was something to be a part of, because I was needed. In a lot of cases, I was told you I was a big wingman. I was a wingman all the time.
Well, fuck about that, nigga. If you want to fuck the bitch, don't fuck.
But this is my point, though. Fucking to me didn't really feel like I needed to just go fuck. I didn't leave the house to go fuck. I was usually along the ride, and I end up fucking for the team. I'm a team guy. I'm not a pussy hunter. Like, I'm not just this big horn dog.
Yeah.
That's why it's so easy for me to be married, because when I'm somewhere, when I'm situated, I don't have the urge or the need to even go out anywhere and do anything. So cheating is a no-go for me. My fucking wife sitting there, and that's the last thing she thinks about is cheating.
Yeah.
We can talk about shit that come on TV. I'm not the nigga that curl up in the corner when the word cheating come up. I'm like, what the shit? Let's talk.
I mean, I know. Again, like, so for people that don't know, this nigga's telling the truth. Yeah, I mean, cause shit. When I come over here, we're doing this live again. When I come over here, that woman don't allow us to go no fucking well at all. And that is awesome. She put up with my shit, which is cool, because I'm a lot to handle. I can't be at some time, but I'm easy. But anyway, fuck all that. There is no way. I lost my train of thought. What we talking about?
We was talking about being a wingman.
Being a wingman. Been a wingman all my life. I know what it consists of. I know what should happen. And from what you telling me, at least your wingmanicness, if that's a word.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that you did, do you regret any of it?
No, I don't regret any of it.
Okay.
I don't regret any of it, because sex and love to me, I'm more of a compatibility guy. I've always been that all my life. I'm not a big fairy tale love guy. I need to be with somebody that we're compatible. When I look across the room and we separated at the family reunion, I don't need you franticing like a little Yorkie, wondering when I'm gonna come back and pick you up. I need you over there doing your thing, talking to them aunties over there while I'm over here handling my business, because I might get pulled 4 or 5 different ways. I don't need you waiting until I come back to see what time I was gonna come back and how long I was out.
But that all comes with the woman you got.
No, it don't. It come with that love shit.
Okay. It comes with love, and it all depends on what kind of woman you got. And it also comes with how you act at that time.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the time of meeting this young lady, you know what I'm saying, whoever you're fucking with, there's certain things you can and cannot do. Certain things you cannot do is don't start nothing you can't keep up.
Okay.
And certain things you can do is be your fucking self.
Yeah.
Don't give them something that is not you. Because one day you're going to wake up in the motherfucking morning and be like, bitch, will you shut the fuck up? And then she going to be like, you call me a bitch. No, I'm calling you a bitch off the rip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might be in jest, and jest mean joking.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? But those who might not know, just mean joking. But then sometimes I'm fucking for real. So shit. You don't want to be with somebody that you just sit there and be like, I can't believe you said that. Be who the fuck you are.
But even just for the record, a lot of people hear Tim say bitch, funky hoes, and all that shit, walk the goddamn green mile and all that shit. But even in his moments when he calling a woman a bitch and he's directing it towards her, it's still not derogatory because he has established relationship with these women.
You talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Okay.
I guess I'm trying to bail you out like the same way.
No, man, don't bail me out, my nigga.
I bail my own punk ass out. You know,
nigga, I'm an outlaw. Shit. We
you know
go to jail, we get out, and we keep robbing banks.
Yeah, I'm a fucking outlaw. I can't cover
that shit, man.
Like,
no, man. Look, you do this shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, motherfuckers sit there. I'd had to argue with some of the best women I ever had in my life about the way I talk. I don't give a fuck. The way I talk is the way I talk. I talk like that in the beginning, and I'm talking way throughout. You know what I'm saying? If we get to an end, it don't stop then. Because if you talk to me as a friend after we through dealing with each other, ain't shit change. Because if I do change, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because if I call myself a man and a man of principle and what I stand on is what I fucking stand on, I won't give up. I won't give up. And if you want to wrestle about it, we can wrestle about it verbally. But I'm not going to give in. Because, I mean, sometimes you just got to be told. Like, you can't be just out here doing shit and then be like, okay, you and your homegirl, bitch this, bitch that. And the minute I say bitch is World War III.
But no, Tim, hey, I understand. You know, I'm full-fledged with you, but for the sake of the fucking podcast, for the sake of the wormhole, I have to ask you, do you feel like it's your place to set these quote unquote, and I'm putting the quotations in the air right now too, these quote unquote bitches in their place?
Yeah, it is. Because I mean, I feel like I'm doing it for the next motherfucker.
Because we talked about how certain people can't talk to us. And we talked about before on another show that, well, another episode, I should say, we understand why women call each other bitches, but an outside person as a man can't come in and do it. But then there are trans men and other type of men that can do it because they've been accepted. So by us not being accepted, can you understand if these women are offended by you saying bitch?
I cannot. I ain't got to think about that.
Expound on it, please.
I cannot. If the word bitch come from a nigga with a nutsack, shit, I got a nutsack too.
So why can't nigga come from a white person to you? It's the same. They're not in our club, so to say. You're not in the club of a woman to be able to use that term in an endearing form. And neither is a white person, although they might mean it endearing, but it just sounds different. So what makes it different?
You got a good point there, Troy. I'm not oppressing you.
Totally.
I'm not making you do anything that you want to. I'm not calling you something.
You're talking about past things, though. We're talking about a white person that wants to just say, hey, my nigga, what's going on?
I'm getting there.
Okay. I'm
getting there.
All right.
I'm not oppressed you. I'm not doing anything to you. There is no way that you do have a point where, okay, well, if y'all say nigga, we can say nigga. And if we do act like that, if y'all can say bitch, we can say bitch. Mm-hmm. I guess it's wrong all the way through, but at the same time, we only judge them off of what they say, and I'm talking about black women.
Okay.
So if a black woman, she won't say anything to a white man calling her a bitch, or a white woman calling her a bitch, You right, dog.
But no,
right.
we totally understand why a woman won't say no to a white man or a white woman. Just the same reason a black man, well, a big 300-some-pound man will submit himself to the police. It's something about the authority of that white skin. It makes us rethink what we're going to do. And we'll go right to our neighborhood and take that aggression out on the next woman or man that you see. The next person that call you out your name, then bitch is different. Then nigga is different. That white boy just called you a nigga and your gun was in the same spot as it was when that black dude called you a nigga, but then your gun so happened to come out and you put it on there.
Okay, well, I feel what you're saying. So check that other woman that called you a bitch. Check her. The way you check me, check her. Do it. If you want things across the board, do it. Nobody calls me a bitch. Don't be calling me no bitch. I ain't nobody's bitch. Okay, your homegirl can't call you bitch either. But then again, it feeds back into that. Well, but it's such a connotation when it comes from a Caucasian, man. A white boy cannot do that shit because we know where it comes from. That comes from a sense of some shit that was really fucked up.
That's true. But let me ask you a question. Is it safe to say that women could possibly feel the same PTSD from black men the way we've treated them throughout these years? I'm just asking. I don't want you to stop calling them a bitch. And I get that we was whipped and chained and drugged by horses and decapitated. But these women, black women I'm talking about, love the shit out some niggas. I'm talking about.
But do they though?
But wait a minute. I think a lot of times they love them to a fucking fault.
It's always to a fault.
That's the whole point. So why can't they experience some type of post-traumatic
post-traumatic stress disorder?
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Why they can't experience that shit?
Words, they're bad. And yes, I do understand when women tell me, please stop calling me a bitch. Please stop calling me a bitch. And I do adhere to what they're saying. They want to say, please stop calling me a bitch. But then as I'm on the phone with you and interact with your friends, you call me bitch.
But what's the difference if you told your white friend that you was like, hey, bro, please stop calling me a nigga. But when he listens to you talk to your friends, you like, hey, bro, hold on real quick. Let me call you right back. And you say, hey, nigga, what's going on? He hear you interacting with your friends with terms of endearment using the word nigga. You are trying to compare the past and the destruction that they actually cause upon our physical bodies. And there is no comparison. It is way different ballparks. But the denominator is the same.
But when it comes to the word bitch and nigga, if you wanted to take it there, I'd be calling a spade? Because if I call a woman a bitch, she's being a bitch. And if a white man call a man a nigga, are you acting like a nigga?
See, everything you saying sounds absolutely 100% spot on, but we have to get past the fact that one is bitch and one is nigga, and one has to do with white supremacy and one has to do with, but it's all the same because it is a word being used by someone outside of that class of people, by people that almost like a direct rival with. Women rival men, just like black rival white. That's how I see it.
Fair. But I still just don't think it's the same. I'm sorry.
I feel you. And realistically, I don't think it's the same either. But it has to be if we're talking about technicalities. And the word itself, when you're talking to a woman, she possibly could feel as bad as a man being talked to about the word nigga or a black person being talked to about the word nigga. The word bitch might trigger her off. She might have heard bitch right before she got punched in her face 4 or 5 times every other night.
The word bitch, I don't get it. I mean, so what is wrong with calling a woman a bitch? If you're being a bitch, you know you're bitching. And they're like, well, I'm about to start bitching right now. You're bitching.
But when she says that I'm about to start bitching, she can say that because she is one of the people that the word bitch was made for.
Right. If it's made for them, I understand that because the word nigga pertains to a whole lot about somebody that really, you fucked us over a long time ago. And it's a bigger, I know it don't sound right. Hey, I know it don't, but that's the whole purpose of this shit.
Yeah.
It don't sound right, but man, I am justifying the word bitch. Yes, I am.
Please do.
I am. I'm justifying
Explain it.
Yeah, because if I tell a motherfucker, be like, hey man, chill out, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's shit. Chill out. And you steady going on like, bitch, shut the fuck up. And they be like, what? So that's what took you to calm down. I seen one thing. I didn't see it personally, But man, we was in school. Nigga was like, we just sitting out there. Excuse me, ma'am. Hey, how you doing? They kept walking. Excuse me, ma'am. Hey, how you doing? Kept walking. He said, safe, bitch. Who you calling a bitch? He ain't calling nobody name. Nobody name.
Well, what if me and you walk by somewhere, which the word nigga don't bother me. I don't give a fuck about the word nigga. But what if we was walking in a group of our niggas and we already know the ones we gonna know gonna do something. And somebody say, hey nigga, come on, bro. Come on now. He ain't gotta call nobody name. That word nigga means everybody who's in that area at that moment.
I'm gonna shake your hand because you put up a motherfucking argument that I really can't win.
I'm
right
just
now.
saying, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's real shit, dog. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man. But I'm still keep calling whole bitches though. Really though. Just like them white boys gonna keep calling us niggas every chance they get. Yeah, you change that, but Steven's Garden to cut the shit.
That concludes this episode of The Wormhole. Join us next time to see what shit goes in the hole and comes out the other side gold.